Age 40 is significant in the life of an individual, as it is believed to be a time of clarity and a defining period. Many people who clock this age have stories to tell, but it becomes manifest when it is put into writing as a book. Funke Medun and Joke Aliu, two good friends, in an unusual manner teamed up to write an interesting book, 40 Lessons on Our Journeys to 40, a rare collaboration. At the launch of the book, which brought together friends and associates from all walks of life, reviewers commended the concept of writing their experiences, which has lessons for readers.
The book is not just for young people approaching 40. Neither is it a book for women only. It's a great read, filled with wisdom and lessons learned from their own experiences. For some, it can be the roadmap to help avoid pitfalls. For others, it can be the pit stop for refreshing and reminiscing before continuing the journey of life. It brings immense benefit to a diverse group of readers. Life, they say, begins at 40. In interacting with these ladies and going through their thoughts for the book, I have come to the realization that 40 isn't just a number. It is that moment when you boldly decide to take charge of whatever life throws at you and live well, in spite of all and regardless.
All the 10 topics here are really good, and I recommend that as we get the book that we read, that we go through them. The second bit of it, chapter 31 to 40, was about personal development and leadership. And you have things in here like, if you want something badly, get it yourself. Leadership is not about making everybody happy. I think we can identify with that. Who was it? Was it Steve Jobs or someone that said, if you want to make everybody happy, go sell ice cream? Any other thing you're going to have, no matter what you do, you'll find people who will always look at it from two different sides of the coin. You have other things like simply ask those who know, to build a good network, be genuine. And then the last one, and it's interesting that they saved this for the last, but of course it's instructive as well.
This so talks to me and to my situation. You know, we worry a lot about our children. We're concerned, will they turn out right? Will they behave well? Will they finish school? You know, will they do all the things that we expect of them to do as parents? And this is Joke speaking. To be honest, I've sometimes been slightly anxious about parenting. How do I ensure that my children turn out right? How do I ensure that they behave properly and respect others? How do I make sure that they genuinely love the things of God? How do I ensure that they do these things, not because I expect them to, but because they know it's the right thing to do? That's my own worry, personally, every day. You know what, but reading this, I just said to myself that, you know what, I'm only a custodian. Let me just hand them to God. It's the one that gave them to me after all. And for sure, He will sort them out, you know, so that's totally resonates with me. And in closing, again, I'd just like to read from the book, the introduction, written by both of them. So if you think that this is just one of those books full of recycled wisdom, then you are in for a surprise. And indeed, you are in for a surprise. Take my word for it. We present 40 personal lessons, 20 by each author, grouped loosely into 4 different themes, regardless of your age or stage in life. This book is for you.
There is a lot of nuggets of wisdom there that you won't find in any book. Why? Because it is as practical as it gets. Is as practical as it gets. So another big round of applause for the 2 authors. They've done well, and thank you very much.
The 2 co-authors also shared their experience in writing the book.
The thing about life is that, you know, we all have stories, we all have experiences. And until we share our experiences, we carry them with us, and we carry them in us. You know, people say that we're a product of our experiences. I agree, but more than that, I think we're a product of how we interpret our experiences and the lessons we learn from our experiences. And that's why you have 2 people, similar experiences, similar circumstances, but they turn out different from the same experience. You know, because life is a function of how you interpret your experiences and what you learn. And what we've done in this book really is to share our life stories and to share those experiences, but more than that, to share the lessons that we took away from those experiences and how those lessons have helped to shape us in becoming, you know, as Michelle Obama says, who we are today, because we all keep evolving, we're all becoming. So part of what we want to do, what Funke and I want to do, is to use some of the proceeds of this book to assist, physically challenged entrepreneurs and also indigent children who are out of school.
We are encouraging everyone seated here. Everybody has a story. We all have a story in us. And other people can learn from our stories. And that's what we've decided to do. We are not only sharing our stories to inspire others. You may have similar experiences, or you might have heard some of the things we said in that book. But in case you find something useful, please, we'd like you to share the story. So share the book like Joke said. Help us to commit to the causes we've decided to commit to. Supporting physically challenged entrepreneurs. So we looked at it that a lot of people are able, and you see them begging on the street, but there's some people that really, really want to make an impact. There's some people that would like to be inspired by doing something that can be economically, impactful. So we've chosen that course. And I said that there was a time I was speaking with one of my friends. Do you know that there's some funds in Central Bank of Nigeria that should support, people like that? But even me as a business development support consultant, I can't recall having a physically challenged client. We all look for the ables that can pay. So there are a lot of people that we can inspire out there that are really, really vulnerable. We think those are the vulnerable ones.
There were also accolades from guests for a great job done by the duo.
When you write books, you immortalize yourself. If you build houses, in 100 years' time, the houses are not likely going to be there. Even if they are there, they need to be renovated. If they're not renovated, nobody will enter those houses. But write a good book, you will remember for life. And that's what Funke and Joke have done.
I believe that the two authors represent the role models that society needs now. In a society where you have people speaking in denigrative terms about women and or what have you, their challenges and their journey as described in the book, two almost similar different outcomes. It's a burden for people. And to come out of it, I believe is also therapy for them. And for those of you who are here, thank you very much.
Attendees at the book launch gave their view of the work done by the co-authors.
When two ladies team up together to show their experiences at a milestone like this, I mean, it's on their 40th, and I feel also in the type of society we are, it's an inspiration for women all over the country, to take this as a kind of example that when you put your mind to something and you persevere, you'll definitely succeed.
I've known Funke for over a decade, and she's quite a creative person and a hardworking person, an enthusiastic person. So I'm quite happy that she's been able to bring all those things to bear and do something like this with her good friend Joke. I'm quite excited and I wish them all the very best.
I read the book. Honestly, I'm not a book person, but I found myself reading. I enjoyed reading it. Trust me, I enjoyed reading it. For me to read a book and finish it, the book was very interesting. I read some things. I thought I was very close to my sister, but I read the book. I'm like, oh wow, I actually don't know anything about her. It's opened my eyes to how she says things, why she behaves the way she behaves. And honestly, I took a lot from the book, even from the Miss Joke's life, to add to my own life on how to behave, what I should expect in life, And I also tell myself that, okay, I don't think I should live for others. I should live for myself, according to one of the chapters. Then about the launch, oh my, it's very interesting, really, very interesting. I like the moderators, the reviewers, thumbs up. And I applaud everybody, take my word for it. They should read it.
I love the way the book has been written. It's the experience of two ladies on their journey to 40. And Funke is somebody I know. Funke is very driven, very agile. Funke is very, she's scalable. She does things in such a way that you want to get to even you want to get to know what makes her tick, what she's driven by. And from the book that I've seen, she's given her experiences, she's been open with the experiences. It's not as if anything is hidden, and I think the book would go a long way to help people going on the journey to 40 and people who have even left 40.
From what I have heard so far this evening, I haven't read the book, but I can't wait to open the pages. And I know I'm not going to drop it till I finish the last page. Interestingly, I've got a number of copies to show you that I'm really encouraged and motivated by what I've heard. I believe it contains a lot of lessons that I will personally use for myself. Some of the things that have been said resonate with me, so I'll read them. I'll read the book to revalidate so that I can share and be bold enough to even encourage other people to adopt those kind of principles. They are simple, and I believe that it's going to be life transforming. This age and generation need to read. They need to learn. I love history because you get a bearing, get a sense of where to go. So if you know that what is happening to you, what you are going through, is not peculiar to you alone, you'll be encouraged to keep going and use some of the nuggets that have been suggested there.
For Funke Medun and Joke Aliu, it was a phase worth documenting for many to read and learn from.
Yeah, I think writing the book with Funke made it very easy. First is that we're able to hold ourselves accountable. And so each time Funke would say, Joke, are you done with your part of the book? And I would say to Funke, well, I'm almost done. And there were times I would also have to go to Funke and say, Funke, you need to finish up your part of the book. So working together actually made us accountable to one another and helped us, to finish the book in good time. And basically in the book, what we do is we share personal stories, and experiences on our respective journeys to the milestone age of 40, ranging from family experiences to relationships, to business, to career, all sectors. And we do hope that the readers will learn from our experiences, and we know that some of these experiences will resonate with the readers as well.
I wanted to share my story. I'd always wanted to write. So finding a willing partner in Joke was exciting and encouraging. And just like that, we started talking over a cupcake in Abuja. The idea came, shared with Joke, and she was excited about it. We were willing to share our story because maybe there's something about being 40. You discover that the story is not only for you. You want to share your story. You want to live your life and impact others. And that's the bold step we've taken, to share our story and inspire others.
What would you like to say to those that are under 40 that are coming to that age of 40?
Well, I would say, one, that 40 is much closer than you think. Sometimes the age of 40 looks very far off, like it's several years away, but before you know it, you will be 40. So if there's anything you plan to do, do it now. But then again, there's so much that can still be done at 40. So there's no limitation even at the age of 40. And most of all, I would say, do all you're supposed to do, but expect nothing from it. Just do it because you need to do it.
There's nothing magical about being 40. Okay, so you can start life from wherever you are. In fact, your own 40 can start today. Chapter 2 of the book says, life can begin at 40. So you can even be your own 40 today and start your own life. And that's what people should live their life. People should learn to make impact. Like, we want to make impact. We want to get proceeds of this book to impact physically challenged entrepreneurs and indigent children through primary education. So that's a cause we want to commit to from the proceeds of this book. So I will encourage people to find a cause, find a purpose for being alive, and pursue it. And you get all the support. People are willing to support, actually, if you reach out.
A laudable part of the life's journey to 40 is the decision of the co-authors to give the proceeds of the book launch to physically challenged entrepreneurs and indigent children. It is a welcome development and shows the humanity and positive spirit of Joke Aliu and Funke Medun, who at 40 are making a great impact in the nation.